Michael J. Cramer was born the first child of Mary Birch Cramer and Russell Cramer at Reed Memorial Hospital on June 16, 1955. He was the oldest of 7 kids: Bob, Carol, Steve, Jim, Anne Marie, and Lori. Mike attended St. Mary's Grade School for grades 1 through 8, Pleasant View Junior High for 9th grade, and was a member of the 1973 graduating class of Richmond High School. Indiana University East was his choice for college, as they had just begun offering classes on the Earlham campus in the evening, and he enrolled for the fall semester in 1974. The next year, IU East opened their current campus with its first new building. The next years were school, work, and typical adult experiences. Mike even played basketball while at IU East. On October 15, 1976, a major event occurred for Mike and his brothers and sisters. His mother passed away, unexpectedly, at age 42. Mike had just turned 21. His brothers and sisters were all younger and still at home. This twist of fate would become the foundation of his career. During the reception after the funeral, Paul Birch struck up a conversation with Mike to catch up on what was going on in Mike's life in general and memories of family. Paul came every year to visit Richmond and attend the Indianapolis 500. This would be an annual event for Mike also over the next 44 years. When the discussions ended, Paul asked Mike if he would be interested in moving to New Jersey and joining Primex Plastics Corporation. The offer was appreciated, but not given much afterthought, given the circumstances of still being in school and all the other unknowns pertaining to his family in the immediate future. Over a 4-week period of time, as things began to settle, Mike reached out to Paul, who suggested a quick visit out east just to get a feel for what was being presented. The week of Thanksgiving, Mike drove to New Jersey to spend a couple of days and then returned to Richmond in time for Thanksgiving dinner with the whole family of aunts, uncles, grandparents, with much to think about. Over the next several weeks, after a lot of thought, Mike accepted the opportunity and made the move to New Jersey, beginning his life at Primex on January 30th, 1977. Mike progressed over the next 5 years, holding several positions, from shipping clerk to operator to assistant foreman and manager of specialty products. In 1979, he met his wife Sharon. She worked for Primex in inside sales. The same year, Primex opened a location in Richmond, Indiana that 8 years later would become the corporate headquarters. In 1981, Primex acquired a small plant in Oakwood, Georgia, and Mike was offered a production manager role. Mike and Sharon both accepted offers to transfer, and with that move, they married September 26, 1981, honeymooned in Germany and the UK, and relocated to Oakwood, Georgia, 60 miles northeast of Atlanta. Over the next 11 years, Mike and Sharon had 2 children, Chelsea and Greg, and he continued to grow in the organization, assuming more responsibilities for New Jersey and 2 small color businesses. The next major career change occurred in 1994, when he was promoted to VP of Manufacturing for Primex. Over the next 6 years, Primex expanded from 4 to 8 sites dedicated to sheet manufacturing. In 2000, Paul Birch retired. Mike was offered the president's position from Dr. John Farber, owner and founder of ICC, the parent company of Primex.
I've known Mike for 35 years. We met in 1986 when my first company, CDF Corporation, was getting into thermoforming. We both shared a passion for manufacturing, a love for developing new products for the future, and working with people. It was a marriage of true minds. It wasn't long after meeting Mike that we became very good friends and remain so to this day. Mike is very humble. Mike is a manufacturing guy. In many ways, he personifies the American dream. Starting at the back end of an extruder and working his way up to be the president of Primex Corporation. Mike is also very fair and honest. He is the type of guy that you know always does the right thing, even when no one is watching. Over the 35 years I have known Mike, his title has changed, his responsibilities have changed, but he's always remained the same genuine Mike Cramer. For all these reasons and more, I'm very honored and grateful to be a friend and colleague of Mike Cramer.
Over the last 21 years, Primex has been fortunate to grow and prosper while navigating the economic and global hurdles of world trade through the financial crisis of 2008 to the pandemic of 2020.
You know, when the pandemic started, and we were all trying to figure out what we were going to do because our bank lobbies were closed, and we were trying to figure out how we could reopen safely. And Primex came up with a desk shield and a face mask that our employees could use so that their interactions with the customers would be safe. And they were very insightful. I know they developed some other products that they marketed to the community and marketed nationally, because I think there were some hospitals that bought quite a few of their face shields, and that was just something that they weren't doing. They came up with on the spur of the moment, and it really helped us get through the pandemic.
Today, Primex has grown to 9 locations across the United States and the United Kingdom. Primex has been the centerpiece of his professional journey while benefiting from unwavering support from his wife and family. The Primex extended family of dedicated employees and close business associates and friends have all helped make this journey that began 44 years ago here in Richmond a very rewarding career. Mike says his fondest business memory is Dr. Farber giving him the opportunity to lead the company and his faith in his ability to successfully run and grow this business.
Mike runs one of the biggest companies in Wayne County. They not only employ a lot of people, but they give back to the community, which I think is very significant. And over the years, Primex and Mike have become more involved in our community. Mike lends his talents to both the Reed Health Foundation Board and the Economic Growth Board. I think both organizations have benefited from his leadership. And also, Primex and Mike have made a lot of contributions to the community. They are always giving back. They have given back to organizations like Amigos, the Boys and Girls Club, Circle U, Girls Inc., Junior Achievement, and the Richmond Symphony Orchestra, just to name a few.
When Mike was transferred back to Richmond in 1994, he was happy to return to the town he was born and raised in. He has fond memories of growing up here and was very happy to be able to raise his family in his hometown. They grew up playing sports on the same fields and went to the same schools that he did. He has been able to renew many old friendships from his school days and cultivate new ones. In his spare time, Mike enjoys traveling, golf, auto racing, and all sports.
When Mike goes to visit the mesquite plant in Nevada, he flies into Las Vegas. And I can tell you, he is so excited to see those employees that he has been known to exceed the speed limit on the highway between Mesquite and Las Vegas. So he's well known to the state troopers, probably on a first name basis. And I think now, instead of stopping him, they just wave as he speeds by.
Mike's fondest personal memory is his 60th birthday trip to play Pebble Beach and then having dinner with family and friends in Carmel, and his San Francisco Napa trip, visiting Andretti Winery, arranged by Sharon. He's very proud of seeing his kids develop and graduate college and law school, but equally fulfilling is the success of his siblings and their kids, given that they all started from a similar place in life. Every one of them have been positive contributors in the community and with their careers. Mike is a member of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Catholic Church, Knights of Columbus, Economic Growth Group, and the Reed Health Foundation Board. He is also a proud supporter of Circle U and the Boys and Girls Club.
I once heard the saying, try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value. Mike Cramer is an example of both. He is a man of success. He is a man of value.
Junior Achievement is proud to honor one of this year's laureates for their 2022 Business Hall of Fame, Mr. Mike Cramer.